Hello, everyone, and welcome to another podcast session of the She Reigns podcast. I'm your host, Shanika. I am so excited to be here. I'm sorry I'm a day late, but y'all, life gets busy. All right. So before I get started, remember, if you want to be a participant on this podcast, email me at shereignspodcast@gmail.com. If you want to give me some insight, send me a shout out, give me a thanks, ask a question, also email me at shereignspodcast@gmail.com. Every week I'm here talking about life and the chaos that comes with it, whether the chaos is at home, at work, personal issues, whatever the case is, y'all, life is real, and I want you to know you're not by yourself. So also be sure to download your free journal that you can write down your thoughts. If I gave something of interest, if I made you think about something, write it down. It's a free download, and be sure to use that as your journal as you listen to my podcast. So today we're going to get started. And as always, I have my notes. So I have a question for you today. What is your period? As a educator, we know that in English we have our punctuation marks, right? We have exclamation marks, we have a period, you have a question mark. And so I want to ask you, what is your period? And you might ask, Shanika, what do you mean by that? So our life is a story, right? And in our story, we must use our knowledge and discernment to know that we can select our periods. We can go through life and face various things. If something broke us down, we don't have to stay broken. Erase the period and keep on pushing. So you may ask, what does that mean? Life can get heavy. And if we allow life to take over us, then we are allowing our life to define who we are and allowing our life to write our own story. Now, we can control somewhat how we respond and how we act and how we go through our life, right? And so we should not let one negative decision, one negative impact that somebody had in our life, let that define who we are. So I want you to ask yourself, what is your period? Many moons ago, I was a special ed teacher. And I taught special ed for 10 years, not consecutive, but 10 years, almost over the span, 10 years or more. And each year, y'all, my class had some challenges. And I remember telling a friend of mine that this was not my period, meaning this was not where I was going to be. So if you find yourself in a situation, in a problem, remind yourself that you can choose to erase that period and start over again. You cannot and should not let others determine for you how your story is going to go. You can erase that period at a comma, erase that period with an exclamation mark, with a question mark, whatever the case is, but you ask yourself, where is your period? And that's where you need to reside. Because remember, we talked about boundaries and setting things for ourselves, and a period to me is like a boundary, a line that we're not going to cross. Because whenever sometimes you ask me a question, I'm asking, is it a question mark or a period? Because period means that that's it, right? Question mark, I have some wonders, I'm not quite sure. So you have to ask yourself, where or what is your period? What is your period? Where are you ending? So if you are in the season in your life where you may not be satisfied in a career, relationship, personally, you don't have to let that be your period. You don't have to stay in something that is not serving you. You can erase it. Put a comma, exclamation point. You can erase it. So don't stay longer than you need to. Don't let a bad thing define who you are and let that be who you are. We all go through things in life, y'all. We all face things different times, different ways. But don't let a broken situation continue to break you. Don't let a broken situation continue to break you. Where's your period? Now remember, we're all going through this together, so I want you to Adjust your crown, say a prayer, take a breath because you're built for the chaos. Have a good week.